classic printing if it has got one of these jammies. Greetings, my peoples, and welcome to this week's episode of Vinyl Douche ASMR, where we discuss albums with a focus on relaxation. So if that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. And this week we are going into the debut album from the folk supergroup Crosby, Stills, and Nash. So this album was a big one. It was recorded in 1969 and later released that same year, May. And it was recorded in the Wally Heider Hollywood studio, which is very appropriate because this album goes on to be so influential that it's sort of called the architect of the California sound, which bands like Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles and Jackson Browne sort of embodied. And it was quite influential and quite successful. The album as a whole was number 6. It reached its peak at number 6 on the Billboard pop charts. Their singles from the album include the Marrakesh Express, which is a classic song, and that made it to number 28 on the singles charts, and Sweet Judy Blue Eyes made it to number 21. It has been certified platinum 4 times over. So, yeah. It was released on Atlantic, and they did the first remastering. And then it was reissued again by Rhino Records in 2006. And in 2011, there was a gold compact disc edition that was released on Audio Fidelity. So the album gets its props. Of the recording, it says that Stills was sort of the dominant, sort of artist on this album in particular. He sort of calls this album his baby. And quoted saying that, he doesn't think the other guys would mind that. Because it looks like that was the case. The other guys played guitar on their own songs, but, it looks like Stills was on everything and played everything on his. And, sort of seemed to be the dominant sort of producer in this for this album, which was the only album that they were as a trio, because after this, Neil Young joined. And, they went on to make great music themselves as a sort of second iteration of this supergroup. They performed a lot of these songs from this album at Woodstock that year, that summer. So that sort of adds to the iconic feel of the album, too. Henry Diltz is the photographer that took this picture. And also, it's a gatefold, so you got Crosby, Stills, and Nash on the cover. But once it opens up, Dallas Taylor, who I'm not not sure. I don't know who Dallas Slayer is, but that's what they say is this person. Let me look on the album credits to see. No. Who the hell is Dallas Taylor? Anyway. And then the inside cover was them in Big Bear, California, wearing these parkas, fur parkas. And I think by this point, they have figured out the name, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, because it's like, so it's Crosby, Stills, and Nash. But when they shot this, it was Nash, Stills, and Crosby. So when they finally decided on the name, they're like, all right, we should go reshoot that cover. But when they came back to the house, this house here, to reshoot, had been demolished in the 3 days that they took the picture and decided on the name. So this is sort of more the appropriate lineup. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say about, the making of it and the impact of it. I mean, it's such an iconic album. I guess it's a certified gold sticker, so I guess maybe this is like a second printing or something. Alright. Okay. Definitely a classic printing of it, because it's got one of these jammies. This very sort of iconic Atlantic label. Used to, Led Zeppelin albums having those. Alright, who do we got here? Anyone cool? Probably all cool, but I know I see Aretha. Charles Mingus. Seems John Coltrane. That's all I can sort of. Yeah. Percy Sledge. Know the name. I don't know his music. Wilson Pickett. Anyone else? That's all I know. On this side. Booker T and the MGs. I don't know. There's Aretha again on the top. There's Led Zeppelin. Flip Wilson. Cartoon. Who the hell are they? I think that's it. The Young Rascals. Okay. Alright. And these are the actual winners. Direction, David Geffen. Huh. What does that mean? Direction. I guess there's a director of the album. That's weird. I mean, David Geffen, it's a pretty huge name in music. Go on to become, I guess the founder of Geffen Records. Okay, alright. Okay, let's go through the tracks first. Side 1. We have Marrakesh Express. Oh, sorry. Started with Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. This is the first one. And second one is Marrakesh Express. That's the one I know the most. 3 is Guinevere. 4 is You Don't Have to Cry. And 5 is Pre-Road Downs. And side 2, we have Wooden Ships, Lady of the Island, Helplessly Hoping, Long Time Gone, and 49 Bye-Byes. Keep these. See how much real estate we have in here. I like this. I like catalogs. There we go. Okay. All right. There you have it. Now I'm gonna put a cover on this in another video. So right now we're gonna stop it here. But this was Crosby, Stills and Nash debut album by Crosby, Stills and Nash. A big album that dropped in 1969, a year of huge albums itself, but this one stood out and sort of influenced an entire generation. All right, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Oh, one more thing. That's Melissa Etheridge, Baby Daddy. All right.